All right, this is Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtain a good rapport. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Okay, so it's all about the faith that you're going to have in the Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, it says, by faith Abel offered unto Yahweh a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous by Yahweh, righteous, Yahweh testifying of his gifts. And by it being dead, by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because Yahweh had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so this is the point I'm getting to in the scripture right here. It says, but without faith, it is impossible to please Him. So if you're stockpiling food, trying to put food to the side to prepare for the famine, that's not a good display of faith. Because the scripture say, His elect shall eat in those times. Okay, it says, but without faith it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder to them that diligently seek Him. Okay? It says, by faith Noah, being warned of Yahweh of things not seen yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. So that's how we're going to please the Most High, is through faith, and we have faith in Him. He's gonna store everything unto us that we need. All right, in those times. Next scriptures is Matthew chapter 17. All right, verse 20 says, and Yahweh said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall move, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. All right. Howbeit this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. Okay, so that's how we prepare ourselves, through prayer and fasting. All right. That's how we build that bond, that relationship with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Joel chapter 2, verse 26. It says, and ye shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your power, that hath dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be ashamed. All right. It says, and ye shall know, Slakia. It says, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Hashem, you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, your power, and none of these, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. All right, so He's gonna make sure we're not, because you got people that's gonna mock you and scoff you for having faith. They're gonna mock you for having faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but we shall not be ashamed. All right. Psalm 78 and 15, it says, He clave the rock in the wilderness and gave them drink as out of the great depths. All right. He brought streams also out of the rock and caused water to run down like rivers. All right. And they sinned yet more against Him by provoking the Most High in the wilderness. And they tempted Yahweh in their heart by asking meat for their lust. Yea, they spake against Yahweh. They said, can Yahweh furnish a table in the wilderness? Behold, He smote the rock that water gushed out, and the streams overflow. Can he give bread also? Can He provide flesh for His people? Therefore the Lord heard this and was wroth, So as a fire was kindled against them, and anger also came up against fire was kindled against Jacob, anger also came up against Israel, because they believed not in the power and trusted not in his salvation. All right. So that's what we're supposed to believe in, the power and trust in his salvation, man. And then he'll make sure we're good in our times of need. This is Psalms 33:18. It says, "Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine." All right, so that's what's going to keep us alive, not stockpiling food, man. All right, because the scripture says a man shall have no pity on his neighbor for lack of bread. All right. All right. All right, it says, "Our soul waited for the Lord. He is our help and our shield." Okay. All right, just got a couple more scriptures, man. I ain't want to make this too long. That's why I had to do it in 2 parts. All right, this is Psalms 91. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noise of the noise pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler." All right, and that's what's going to solidify us in that time. So knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability in that time, and strength of salvation. All right, knowledge and wisdom in what? In Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the true power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth in noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee." All right. It says, "Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone," man. Okay? So that's what's going to happen to the ones that put their trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. It's just plain and simple. 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 29, it says, "For thou art my lamp, and the Lord will lighten my darkness." Okay? Because what is that? Amos 5:18 says, "Woe unto them that desire the day of the Lord, for what end is it to you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light." All right, but he's still, is darkness to some, but it's light to others that are worthy to see that light and see him in his glory. Okay? All right? Next scripture is Proverbs 4, getting into the light. Okay? This is Proverbs 4:18. It says, "But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day." All right? "The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble." Okay? And that's the point. They're going to be stumbling all over the place. And telling people to stockpile food is a stumbling block, man. Because they're gonna go. If somebody comes in and take that food, man, they're gonna, man, look, they're gonna go crazy, because they're gonna have nowhere else to turn. Then, what, you're gonna try to have faith at that time? But it's gonna be too late, man. All right. Scripture says, "Seek the Lord while he may be found," man. Those that seek him early shall find him. All right. All right, this is 2 Ezra chapter 1, verse 12. It says, "Speak thou therefore unto them, saying, Thus saith the Lord, I led you through the sea, and in the beginning gave you a large and safe passage. I gave you Moses for a leader, and Aaron for a priest. All right. I gave you light in a pillar and fire, light in a pillar of fire, and great wonders have I done among you. Yet have ye forgotten me, saith the Lord. And that's you know what I'm saying. That's taking glory and power away from the Lord, man. By thinking you can save yourself. Thus saith the Lord, the quails were as a token to you. I gave you tents for your safeguard. Nevertheless, ye murmured there, and triumph not in my name for the destruction of your enemies. But ever to this day do ye yet murmur. Whereas the benefits that I have done for you, when ye were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me, saying, Why hast thou brought us unto the wilderness to kill us? It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in this wilderness. Then had I pity on your mournings and gave you manna to eat, so ye did eat angels' bread. Just like he gave us food in the wilderness coming out of Egypt. This is America is spiritually Egypt. All right, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So when he brings us out of our captivity the second time, he's gonna do the same thing. All right. It says, when ye were thirsty, did I not cleave the rocks and waters flowed out to your fill? For the heat I covered you with the leaves of the trees. I divided among you a fruitful land. I cast out the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and the Philistines before you. What shall I do? What shall I yet do more for you, saith the Lord? All right, it's like, when you gonna learn to have total trust in the Most High, man, and he's gonna make sure you're good, man. It says, thus saith the Almighty Lord, when ye were in the wilderness, in the river of the Amorites, being athirst and blaspheming my name, I gave you not fire for your blasphemy, but cast a tree into the water and made the river sweet. All right, so and that's just what it is. If you put all your trust in the Lord, man, He's not going to forsake you, man. And I got one more scripture I want to close it out with, and it's Hebrews 6:10. It says, for Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. All right, so for those ones that go out there on the highways and byways and teach this truth and sincerity and truth, man, the hopeful that's for you. All right, the Lord is giving that blessing unto you, to us, the ones that diligently seek his name, seek his face. All right, and with that being said, I want to give all glory and praise, Kal Halal, La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. All right, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Archimedes that are pushing this truth to sincerity and truth. All right, Shalom. And keep up the faith, man. That's what we stockpiling, faith.